Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Friday! Friday is DCA day. We don't have to go to work tomorrow. We don't have to melt in the sun. The planet, the ball of fire that provides us life, but also provides me death. The death of many brain cells melting under the direct, concentrated beam of hate from the heavens. Smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, everyone. Smash the like button on your way in. Sound off in the chat. How's everyone's day? Anyone got any plans this weekend? Even if it's just sitting on your butt doing a whole lot of nothing. I want to hear about it. Hey! I need to apply chapstick desperately. I can feel it, Mr. Krabs. The fans are not doing it for me in the Cryptic Corner Command Center. How do I make myself more pretentious? Alright, let's see. Bitcoin currently trading at 107.41 and 50 cents. So I left our liquidation points on here from yesterday because it looked very much like they were trapping us already. And we've got a few wicks, so we definitely took some liquidity. I'm going to go refresh the liquidation heat map now because we've been holding up on that as of late, not really doing it on time. So I want to make sure I get to it first thing. We got 20 minutes until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Let's see. 107,592. Ooh, it's getting tighter. Down below, we got 106,287. Okay. And then I'll go to this chunk, I guess. 105,367. And then up top, the very tippy top of this big chunk, go right here, 108,436. Okay. So the whole range kind of shifted, it seems. So now, if the concept is to be believed, the market maker should have us kind of trapped in this pretty little range, at least until Sunday morning. Not financial advice. We'll see how it plays out. We did have a confirmed red dot, which is what this arrow is pointing to, which has led to like some downside, I suppose. It's very tame though so far. So let me make sure that I'm on live chat on all my. Yep, cool. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance, another rejection at 66, looking good. I'm kind of excited about that. I want to see this thing start to break down. So we did get we got a red dot on a momentum wave. We now have a confirmed red dot on Market Cipher in general. Is that going to result in a hefty downside, in that being the Pico top for Bitcoin dominance? That would be pretty awesome if that was the case. We'll have to wait and see, of course. ETH is up 0.1% on the day, still holding its horizontal trend line from this, I don't even know what you call this, accumulation zone. It was in a ascending channel, which it broke down, and then we did kind of make a last-ditch support effort line, which we're holding now. There's really only 3 points of confluence, 1, 2, 3, before we started to establish it here. So I'm still 50-50 on it, but we're holding. We're doing good. It also seems like a midpoint in between 2251, or I'm sorry, 2252 and 2581. So there's that. We do kind of have a head and shoulders thing going on though. Probably lower time frame. It probably looks really scary. So be careful with that. If it does break down, target's probably going to be 23. It's not too scary, but we'll see. Sol is up 2.19% on the day. Sol actually looks really decent here. We got our purple trend line, which is our neckline from our big inverse head and shoulders that I've explained 1,000 times. That head and shoulders is very important. That's what sent us above our upper trend line that eventually broke new all-time highs. So I would actually credit that neckline with giving us the momentum to do that. Now we kind of got it again with a funky little cup and handle kind of thingy going on. We broke above, retested, confirmed. Are we going to continue to the upside? That'd be cool. We'll see. Our descending channel upper trend line is right here. Right now we're at 142. I'm happy with that. Our momentum wave is in the middle of the lower half, and our RSI is sitting right at 50. Total 3. Still decoupled from our fractal, which makes me a little bit sad. I think it's time to call it. But again, you know, we could shoot right back up, so I'm not going to get rid of the fractal, but I will admit it's probably wrong at this point. Who knows? Our purple trend line here goes back to August of 2024, and it seems to be somewhat relevant. We got a fake out break below once, twice now, and we're currently sitting right below the trend line. So I'm sure you can adjust it and probably make it so we're sitting above it. We're sitting around the trend line. And RSI, actually the RSI and momentum wave look almost identical to Solana, which is very interesting. RSI is sitting at 50, momentum wave in between, like in the middle ground of the lower half. ADA is up 0.52% on the day, currently trading at 55.72. If this thing breaks down, looking for 50 cents at this point. It seems very choppy, indecisive, and I hate to say it, but weak. It looks very weak. Even though we got a green dot on our momentum wave down here, it's not really resulting in any upside. So all that means is we got a cross, which could flip bearish immediately afterwards. We've seen that once, twice, 3 times very recently. It seems to be a recurring thing, especially when there's weakness in the chart. There's no volume here. There's really no support from previous price action. It's just kind of no man's land. 55, I guess it's psychological, but we'll see how it plays out. SNEK is down 1.19% on the day, currently sitting below 20 at 19.025. Is this potential for inverse head and shoulders? Could be. I don't mind that. We'll see how that plays out. But as of right now, just watch, wait, and see. XRP is up 1.44% on the day. I like our momentum wave green dot. I like our RSI crossing the moving average, sitting at 213.58, trying to break above 214.25, which is great. If it does, awesome. If not, look for, I don't know, look for, it's showing a little bit of strength here. We got some indecisive candles here, and then strength. So maybe look for break and hold, or if it fails, maybe just look for it to linger for a minute and then break, gain the strength that it needs. HBAR is up 2.1% on the day. So HBAR has these horizontal trend lines that we drew. And we busted above, rode it, broke below, and we're kind of right in the middle now. Seeing if we can hold that mid zone. If not, look for 14 again. If we do, look for a break of 15. We got a green dot on our momentum wave, and RSI is about to cross over the moving average. Squeeze up 3.6% on the day. Looks like it's possibly rejecting at 275. See if that results in some sustained downside. We did get a cross over the moving average on the RSI, and our green dot on the momentum wave seems to have played out to the tune of the mid zone. Ondo up 1.69% on the day. broke above 76.99, broke back below it, couldn't quite get back above it, so fell down to 72.72, held 72.72, looking for a potential rise up to 76.99 once more. See if that results in anything. If not, break down, see if we'll hold above the blue trend line. Mr. Roberts said a bunch of gibberish. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Tom Selleck's go. Yeah, we got some Canada drama with the trade deals and stuff. Thought that was kind of funny. Aerodrome, ooh, potentially fulfilling our head and shoulder trade possibility. We're sitting at 76 right now. If we break below that, then our neckline target 72.2 is going to be interesting. Our momentum wave is almost oversold, and the RSI is sitting at 40, which is the mid-range of the lower half of the little cloud they give us. So we'll see what happens. As of right now, it's kind of lingering above 76, so it's not looking too bad. Pinlink is up 0.98% on the day, struggling around 44.38. Not much really right home about Pinlink. We're just kind of waiting for some strength, some recovery. If we don't get that, then we're just kind of sitting, waiting and watching. We got a ghost red dot back here, which didn't really do much. It was right here. I guess we got downside after that, but like, big deal. Going from 48 to 44. I guess that's like, what is that, almost 10 cents? Or 10%? Yeah, it's about 10%. Mr. Weber said it's Eddie Murphy's line, LOL. Once, twice, three times a lady. Okay. Tom Southcote said circle down to 182. Rip if you bought the top. Exactly. Yeah. I guess that's the one scenario where I'm glad I just kind of waited. Now that I've said something, though, it's probably going to just skyrocket to new all-time highs again. Just to screw me. But who knows, man. Render is actually up 4.8% on the day. We got a potential fugly inverse head and shoulders here. I don't even know where the left shoulder would be. But is there a neckline? It's very sloppy. I don't know. I don't know if there is anything. You could probably maybe sell that. Maybe forget I said anything about that. Brackish Adventure said, why do you only use the 4-hour time frame? I don't know. I wish I had a better answer. I used to use the 15-minute, and I was trading really good. Very, very beginning, I get into crypto. I only ever use the 4-hour time frame. I do really good trading. I start scalping. The market kind of dies off. We go into a bear market. Volume is gone. Liquidity is all dried up. Every single move is like 0.5%. So I'm trading 30, 40x using 15-minute time frame. I was doing okay, but we have more volatility now, and I'm working 9 to 5. So for whatever reason, I switched back to the 4-hour time frame, and I'm trading a little bit better. It's kind of it's a good in between to micro and macro time frames, in my opinion. Whenever I see something of interest that I might want to trade on a higher or lower time frame, I will switch to higher or lower time frame to see if it's relevant on higher or lower time frame. But the 4 hour is a nice baseline, at least for my TA specifically. That's the only reason. But yeah, render, look for a break of 315. It looks like it attempted right here, but it failed with that long wick. We also got a big wick right here, which is interesting. Volume's kind of dried up. I would like to see more volume out of it. Mr. Roberts said 4 hours great for shorter trades. Polkadot is up 1.58% on the day. Brackish Adventure said thanks. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Smash the like button and subscribe. Stick around if you like it. We did just hit 1,050 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. Appreciate you guys. Polkadot 335. 333 was our last support zone. And what's interesting is we are kind of doing similarly what we've done back here, with the sharp decline, the support, and then continuation. What the heck? That was weird. What just happened? That was really odd. We got a sharp decline, support, continuation. So is it that plays out the same? Market Cipher does look a little bit different this time around. Still got the green line and everything, but we'll see. I subbed at 1K. I like your take on things. No bullshit. Thank you very much, Braggish Adventures. I like your name. Is it? Does it have to do with aquariums or fishing specifically? I have a freshwater tank. I have tetras who are like immortal for some reason. We're trying to like wind down and like get rid of the tank till we get a house. But we're not gonna like give the fish away or kill them or anything. That's messed up. So we're just like letting them do their thing, you know. We're like, you know, nature will take its course eventually, and they are literally immortal. I'm telling you, they are immortal fish. Kind of blows my mind. I have a fishing YouTube channel. That's awesome. I might subscribe. I thoroughly enjoy fishing YouTube channels. CAS is up 0.99%. See, I want to have a bullish bias on everything. What is going on? But I'm seeing a lot of weird bearish looking stuff, which is spooking me a little bit, especially heading into this goofy ass weekend. Tom Selkscoat said you could eat them, then at least they won't go to waste. What, my old ass immortal fish? They're not that kind of fish. It wouldn't even be worth the effort into cooking them. But yeah, Caspa, kind of an anomaly right now. It's at 74 or 7.4. I would love to see it get back above 7.6, but it did that right here and it couldn't hold it. Volume's drying up. RSI, it looks like it's about to cross the moving average, which is nice. Momentum wave sitting right in the middle. Everything's kind of compressed. Who said to cook them? I mean, even not cooking them, it wouldn't even. I guess the mental anguish that you would experience from eating your pet would not be worth the amount of sustenance that you would obtain from eating these tiny fish. Avalanche is up 1.8% on the day. I have found that my swing trades do better than my scalps. Mine is a mixed bag, man. I have not had a successful trade in quite some time. It's been a couple of days, and even then, it was one. It was one proper trade. And I'm just, like, dumbfounded looking at the charts right now. Because this is sideways to me. Like, I'm busy doing this. I'm busy doing this. Literally, these candles right here, I was so pissed. I'm, like, zoned in. I'm watching the charts. Like, with conviction, I'm 1000% here. I shit you not. Right here, I get up to fucking vacuum. I get up to vacuum. This happens. And then I'm, like, hanging out with my family, whatever. I go back and I look at the charts. And I see these, and I'm like, fuck you. And it was like 3 hours into this. So then 1 hour went by, and then that candle closed, and we got this candle, and it did the same exact thing. And it was just this entire move transpired within like 2 hours. And I was so pissed. I was like, this is bullshit. I'm fucking done, man. The market only moves when I'm doing some stupid crap like vacuuming my apartment. I was so mad. Now we got a red dot, which I'm waiting for. Doesn't seem to really be doing anything, though. Alright, where were we? Avalanche. Yeah, Avalanche, I would love to see get back above 1756 and try to break 1828. Midpoint liquidity pullback, maybe 1677. Which is interesting, is this looks like an inverse head and shoulders. That played out on the lower time frame, I would assume. So that almost called that move. I'm also a fib player, not a flag chaser. Yeah. Everyone's got their own way of doing things too. That's one thing that I really like about TA, I think. Because everyone's, for some reason, there's people that are like, huh, you're doing it wrong. That's literally not how you do that. And that's so silly to me. Because technical analysis is the most subjective thing I think I've ever experienced. It's literally you can do everything a million different ways and obtain the same results or different results, and majority of people are going to be wrong. So I don't know, it's interesting to me when people try to step in and be like, you're not even doing that right, because like, who are they to say that? How do they know? You know, it's like some weird projection thing. But yeah, Avalanche, we're kind of waiting to see if it's going to give a crap about 1756 or not. As of right now, it kind of seems like it's going to be resistance. Chainlink is up 0.93% on the day. We were sitting above our yellow trend line. Now we're sitting below it. Support at 1268, kind of. It seems more like resistance at yellow trend line. Bracket Venture said FRVP in a range to trade, and I like trend lines, even though people hate on them. They work. I agree. Technically, all these green lines, I don't know if they would be called trend lines. They're points of interest. These are just areas where the price has reacted in the past, like this right here. You know, anything that looks like that, I would put lines in all of these places because the prices react. I would put a line here, right here, right here. But it would have to be more than one reaction, or it could be one straight, like, heavy bounce. But that's why I have a million lines all over my chart. Oh, I will say, literally right this second, I have no clue where the market's going to go. We got less than 1 minute remaining until the Bitcoin daily close contest begins, so get your guesses ready, ladies and gentlemen. 47 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin currently trading at 107.35 and 88 cents. Let's transition. There we go. Very nice. Right there. Okay. All right. Dixie said, I'm late. Sorry, JJ was taking a nap. Never happen again. Honestly, I thought about not streaming today because I'm tired, man. I'm so tired. I legit feel like going to bed. You guys got to wait. You got 2 seconds left. 1 and go. All right, now get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Brackish Adventures. I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't really care. Today, I don't care. 106,999. We got Tom Select Scope. 107,050. Cheers, guys. Happy Friday. Thank whoever you think that it's Friday. Thank them. Because holy crap, it's been the longest week of my entire life ever. Dixie coming with a guess of 107,100. Fahid showed up and said crap. And I'm assuming he was referring to the daily close contest, but he showed up on time, so let's see if he realizes stuck around and plans on submitting a guess. Can I guess or am I late? Just guess. What are you talking about? I don't know. This market's making me so mad. What did I say? What did I say in the Dong Discord? Dixie. Hold on, let me go find it. It was pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, I said, if I ever meet a market maker, I'm gonna rip their dick off and elbow it up their nasal cavity for fun. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that visualization. You have to visualize your dreams in order to make them happen. Okay. We got Mr. Roberts coming in with a guess of 107,027. The Heat's still trying to figure out if he can guess or not for some reason. He's got 3 minutes remaining. Breakfast Adventure said it's a no-trade weekend for retail. Isn't here yet. That's what sucks, too, is like the weekend is one of the only times I can trade. So, but I'm not going to force a trade, but I'm sitting on my hands making me crazy, man. Like, it's making me insane. It doesn't help that I'll sit here and be like, oh, it's like a move is coming, and then nothing happens for like 3 hours. And then I'm like, screw this. And I go do something else, like vacuum. And then a month's worth of like gains happen in 10 minutes while I'm vacuuming. Ooh. One of these days, market maker. Okay, we got Fahid coming to the guess of 107, 199.01. Did I type that in the right way? Yes, I did. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody at all for the daily close contest? Bitcoin currently trading at 107.38 and 42 cents. We got 1 minute and 43 seconds remaining on the clock. Mr. Roberts is making a change. He's going with 106.930. Okay. Okay. Cheers, guys. The chai latte is delicious today. Today's my daughter's first day of the play that she's been working on for months. She's really excited. Tomorrow's the show that I'm going to. My mother was already yelling at me for not being there today, but I had to go to work. We got 53 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Anybody else participating? Bitcoin currently trading at 107.038 and 42 cents. It has decided to flatline, which is weird. He said she's acting in the play. Yes, sir. This is her second play. Her first, like, she claims big production. I liked the first one. I thought it felt like a big production. It was a Christmas show. Excuse me. It felt big to me. I'm so sorry to everyone watching. I'm so sorry that I just yawned. Everyone else is gonna yawn now. I apologize. But yeah, she's excited about this one. Tomorrow's the show that I'm going to. And then early next month is my fiance's show that she is directing. Time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, time is up for the daily close contest. Let's get these bad boys sorted and get them on the board. We got the Heat with 107, 199.01. Oh my goodness. Ooh, is that a good one for Heat? We just gotta see that green spike as soon as I type that in there. Okay. Mr. Robert said enjoy the show, JJ. I will. It's gonna be a fun time. I like for some. I have like a weird nostalgia thing with concessions, and I'm assuming it's because of going to like basketball games and stuff when I was a kid. Me and my buddies used to go to the football games. We did not like football. We were not. It's because of the people who were playing football. But we would root for the team sometimes. You know, we'd get into it. It was fun. But we would stay specifically after, like way after everything concluded. And the concession lady would give us like a bunch of free hot. They'd be like, "We're gonna throw these away. Do you boys want to take them home?" We're like, "Heck yeah! Why do you think we stayed here this whole time?" And then we'd be walking home just with our hands full of like hot dogs and pizzas and stuff like that. It was always so awesome. And then we'd go home and like play Halo or something, you know. Selix Goat. We got his parents would always be like, "Where'd you get that? Did you steal it?" We're like, "No, they gave it to." They never believed us. They legit. I don't know if they thought that we were just like holding the place up every night and never getting caught. Brackish Adventures, and last but not least, we got Mr. Roberts 106.930 Ethan. Very cool, very nice, and that is Mr. Roberts. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, there's like some weird nostalgia factor. For sure. With concessions. I get excited whenever I like going to the movies is different because that's like something that's always been there. But concessions, I feel like there's a good chunk of my life where I participated and then I just didn't because I didn't go to anything that had concessions. And now I get to do that again, so I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna buy some some old candy and popcorn and a pop and sit and enjoy the show. All right, let's see. We got 2 minutes and 27 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin currently trading at 107.57 and 12 cents. Dream Tanks TV coming in with a late guess. Hoff's coming in with a late guess. Sorry, my friends. Bitcoin 107.57 and 11 cents. Currently, Tom Selleck's GOAT is in the lead. Dixie close behind, followed by Brackish Adventures. Bitcoin does seem to be flatlining, and it is very, very close to Tom Selleck's GOAT's answer, which is slightly alarming for my bank. My bank account. My empty bank account, because it's all in crypto. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Brackish Adventures is now in the lead. Bitcoin 107.48 and 51 cents. 1 minute and 43 seconds remaining on the clock. Tonight's movie recommendation is going to be, and I don't know if this is available on anything, so don't get mad if it's not, but it's going to be Without a Paddle. Great buddy comedy. Dax Shepard, Seth Green, and oh shoot, the guy that plays Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. I don't remember his name. What the heck is his name? Matthew Lillard. Brilliant movie. Love that movie. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. We got 56 seconds remaining on the clock. Currently, Brackish Adventures is in the lead. Very, very close game between him and Tom Selleck's GOAT. Tom Selleck's GOAT just a couple dollars away from winning the $100 prize or $15 prize. But it's a spicy, spicy meatball so far, which is kind of crazy. This might be the closest close we've had in quite some time. Bitcoin currently trading at 107.48 and 50 cents. It is $1.50 away from Tom Selleck's GOAT's guess. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Oh, there it is. A big fat spike to the downside. Michael Saylor sold. I'm just kidding. 10 seconds remaining. Brackish Adventures still in the lead. 107.30 and 26 cents. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The daily close for Bitcoin, 107.47 and 59 cents. Let me double check, confirm. 107.47, 59. 107.47, 59. Congratulations, Brackish Adventures, on your victory. Close call. Tom Selleck's GOAT. Honorable mentions for sure. But Brackish Adventures is our winner this evening. The prize tonight is quite a lovely prize, if I do say so myself. With a guess of 106.999. Very cool, very nice. And bam. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for Brackish Adventures, our winner this evening. Oops. Wait, let me get rid of all this junk. Mr. Robbers, Brackish Adventures, Tom Selleck's GOAT, Dixie, and Fahid. Oh, Brackish Adventures, our winner this evening. Congratulations, my friend. Bitcoin 107.24 and 36 cents. Beautiful close. Is this a flag? Probably. Does anybody care? Probably not. Let's spam some bananas. I've never won anything in my life. Well, now you have. Now you have. Give me just one moment and I will give you your prize. There we go. All right. Let me add Brackish Adventures to our winner's Google Doc. Brackish Adventures, I do have to ask, and you are legally obligated to tell me, are you Canadian? Okay. Let's see. Transition back to main scene. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? Oh, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me go back. Give me 1 second. Ready? We have to declare the winner. Brackish Adventures. There you go. Observe. it says Crypto Champion. Brackish Adventures won the daily close with 106,999.00 Bitcoin price guess. Very cool. Congratulations, Brackish Adventures. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 106,999 and 0 cents and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 107,047 and 59 cents on June 27th, 2025. Brackish Adventures prize is... Shit. Oh crap, I did it again. A gigantic Firehouse sub. Congratulations, Brackish Adventures, on your victory. Enjoy your gigantic Firehouse sub. You're probably gonna have to, like, I don't know, drive over it or something. It looks incredibly girthy, but it's all yours to do with what you please. You can share it with somebody. You can share it with your peers. You can share it with your friends. You can share it with your family. You can share it with your high school teacher that you had a crush on. You can share it with your friend's mom that you had a crush on. Whoever you want to share it with, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. But after that, it's all yours to do with what you please. Congratulations. Okay. I'm out of breath. Alright. Red Dot still playing out on boring old Bitcoin. Is anything else doing anything? HBAR and ADA are up 0.9% respectively. Wow. Let's go take a look. Bitcoin dominance still falling. And total 3 struggling at our trend line. Let's go take a look at total 2. See what we got. Total 2. Total 2 sitting above 1.1 trillion. Our little retest. So I guess the retest is still taking place. Let me just scoot. See if this remains relevant or not. We are in a descending broadening wedge on total 2 specifically. The total 2 fractal has been awful for quite some time, so I'm assuming we just haven't looked at this. Look at how bad that decoupled. It's like up, down here it's down. Could you imagine trying to trade this, being like, oh my gosh, it's gonna explode, and then you long, and it, like you're expecting this, and it just goes. Happens every time, man. Every single time. That's pretty funny though. But yeah, we'll see if the breakout moon occurs at the end of July. We're currently chilling at 1.11 trillion, retesting 1.1. Very quiet. We got a green dot on our momentum wave, which is very small down there. A little baby unconfirmed red dot right here. A little ghost bearishness. Brackish Adventure said, I'm so stoned. I'm not gonna pick on you while you're stoned. I was gonna make a joke, but it just felt mean. I like that I put total 1 every time. Literally every single time I put total 1. Alright, what do we got? What are we getting? Red? Are we getting a little bit red? A little bit red. What's gonna happen? See, it doesn't look like it's curling up either. How come I didn't see any bananas spammed in the damn chat for Brackish Adventures? I'm the only one that spammed the bananas? Everyone else is too good to spam the bananas? Maybe I have to deduct some victories from those that are participating today that did not spam bananas. I don't know. I'll have to consult my people. I'll have to consult legal to see if I can do that. All right, let's see. Where were we? We were on something. Chainlink we looked at. Doge. Doge looks like doo-doo. See, I don't like this weird chop. We got it back here. We've gotten it a bunch of times. And every time it's never good. Look, we get chop, dump, chop. Chop, dump, chop. Chop, dump, chop. I will say it is shrinking every time. But it is the same exact move, just repeating over and over again. And the in-between can vary. This one got a little pump and dump. This one got a little dump and pump. It's just kind of poopy. But Doge seems to have rejected at 1681. It's sitting at 1607. Dude, I don't like it when people walk by my window. It freaks me out. Maybe I'm getting old. I think I'm getting too old. I'll go outside and be like, you can't be out here. You're like, this is the sidewalk. What are you talking about? Polygon Matic Pole currently down 0.06 since the daily close. Not a whole lot going on here either. It's got the chop, dump, chop going on everywhere you look. Chop, dump, chop, chop, dump, chop. I don't know. For some reason, this is the most exciting thing that happens in these charts, and somehow it's still the most boring thing I've ever seen put to screen in my entire life. Look at how sideways we are, too. Every single chart has this. That's a lot of 4-hour candles. It's freaking miserable. Near actually looks relatively decent. We got a nice green candle right there, up 2.13% on that candle alone. Very nice. Some indecisiveness though previously. Chop, dump, chop. What is this? This is like chop, pump, chop. I guess that wasn't really a chop though. That was a dump. Near's breaking the norm. Oh, I understand what happened. We got a chop, pump and dump, chop. I think I'm just starting to make stuff up now. We should do... You know what would be really funny? Is if we did like a whole segment where like I do the regular live show and then we end the stream and then I start a new one. Just like showing completely random assets that don't actually exist and like doing TA. Just like make everything up. Just see if people notice. And whenever people like request actual assets, I'm like, no, I'm not going to go look at that. What is that? That Memecoin? What are you talking about? Alright, let's see. Chili's. I don't know. Chili's been holding up better than I thought it was. We got some dumpy... I don't know. There's a trend here. There's a prevailing trend for sure. It's like a descending range, actually. I kind of like that. Little fake out up here, little fake out down here. Yeah. So let's see if we make another run for it. We did break above for a second, quick wick. A lot of volume in that candle too, very interesting. We were oversold for a hot second back here. We have not entered overbought since way back here, where our waste management fractal played out. Beautiful waste management fractal play out. Other than that though, just kind of waiting. The FIFA deal with Avalanche still has me concerned for Chili's future, but if they can adapt, then I think they'll do well. Silver down 1.74% currently. It is $35.95. The fact that it's still chilling around 36 is very surprising to me. It did hit 37 for a very hot second. But I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully this does not end up being a head and shoulders, because I feel like the silver people kind of get poo-pooed on a little too often, including people calling Litecoin the digital silver. That is quite an insult to silver. Because, well, actually, no, maybe it's the opposite. Litecoin seems to move more than silver does, so. MicroStrategy. Interesting. So we got a bearish engulfing candle on MicroStrategy, and it is sitting right in between our... Where is it sitting? So I drew the waste management fractal, and I was looking for a potential touch down here around 33 or 330. We didn't quite get that far. It kind of bounced right around 360, which it had immense support here from previous bounce. I don't know if that's still a waste management fractal. You can see it here barely. I don't know if how well you guys can see it, but it's right here. We got the W, we got the M, and then it bounced right here. And usually, I guess I can get behind that. I don't actually hate it as much as I thought it would. Usually it would be what I would call the neckline of the W. So it kind of is. I don't know. If this thing ends up playing out to 500, then I'll say I called it. Imagine MicroStrategy at 420.69. That would be pretty sick. I'm surprised that wasn't where it topped out. That'd be awesome. But he wants to look at Fartcoin. Let's go take a look. The Fartcoin real estate memes cracked me up, dude. The mortgage is backed by Fartcoin. Fartcoin currently sitting at $1.09. I really like this curve. So you got that nice clean curve, and then this actually more volatile part of a curve. You were oversold right here, got a nice bounce up. The question is your trend going to continue in that trajectory, or are you gonna reverse soon, or is it just gonna go straight up somewhere? Because I'm sure that could happen too. Fartcoin is kind of an anomaly. I do like that this looks like a fart right at the very beginning. Like, if you measure the sound waves of a fart, does it look just like that? It's like... I'm sorry. There's sound waves a little more accurate like that. I think that they can get really tight too. It depends on the fart as well. It could be a deep fart, but let's just assume it's like a stereotypical like. Then I think that this matches very nicely. Chewy said it could go up or down. Heat rises, so if it's a hot fart, then it's definitely going to go up. I can't tell you right now whether or not fart is hot, but people do seem to like to talk about it. We got kind of a... I don't know, is that a descending channel right now that is trying to establish itself in? I don't hate it. Besides that, where would I put my lines? Tom Suggs goes, can't wait until my home loan can be backed by my Fartcoin bag. Exactly. The only thing that I don't like about the crypto loan back thing is that it has to be, your crypto has to be on a centralized exchange. That's the only downfall. Look at all the volume that we got here. As soon as it like got down here, this chunk between here and I'll call it like here. All of this, so anything literally lower than where it's at right now, anything below $1, people started scooping up hard. So, I mean, that's kind of nice to see. Literally, this whole cavity. Ton of volume. Let's see, we got immense, so I would call this huge support right here, because you got previous resistance, broke through, flipped it into support, and then it hit it one more time, broke below for a second, broke back above, and then support again. And that break back above actually looks like it was a inverse fart and shoulder. What do we call that? Inverse. What do we call that? Inverse head over heels? I don't know. However you fart. Inverse lean to the left. there's a video that I've been seeing on X of this dude. John Ozar said, what if it's a wet fart? I think a wet fart would result in a little bit of a runny scenario, the price leaking to the downside. A wet fart is never good. It's always negative. There's a video of this guy, and he's got like either a fart machine or maybe one of those handheld fart things where you squeeze it and the air goes into your hand and makes a perfect fart sound. But he's like walking around a park and someone's filming him like from a distance. And he just keeps like going in front of people, and then he goes like, oh, and then he like leans and, or he'll like jump and like click his heels together, and then it, and there's always people right behind him, and they're like walking, and then he does it, and then they go, they like freak. It's the funniest video. If you haven't seen it, you should go look it up. Just look up guy farting in front of people at the park. You'll probably find it, but it's a great video, honestly. It made me toot. Oh, imagine an alternate universe where instead of laughing, people fart. It'd be so awful. But yeah, Fartcoin, it's got support right here at 95-ish. A dollar obviously is going to be huge psychological support. Below this, I don't know, maybe right here. So you got resistance, turn support, support, broke below, broke back above, support, got a little bit higher, and then support again right here. So 80, another decent support area. And then right here, 68-ish. I think we're good with those three lines for now. Up above a dollar, there's not a ton of price action. I guess there is some. So I would go $1.20 for sure. $1.30. Yeah, it's just going to be psychological, it seems. What is this? Is like $1.07-ish. So yeah, those would be my levels that I would watch. See if you can break through $1.07. And then get above this purple trend line. Inverse chart. Open a chart position. Okay, where were we? DXY continues dump into the downside. Charting, if you will. NASDAQ chilling at pretty decent highs, looking good. And S&P, I believe the S&P 500 closed at an all-time high today. Look at that. The white fractal prevails. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the fractal Farquad strikes. Beautiful. Love to see it. Bitcoin dominance, 65.75, perfectly hit. 66. And look, it looks like we're making an M, which potentially results in some downside, which would be beautiful. If we got a management waste fractal, that would be great if we did one of these. And then it went boop, and then bam, just straight down. That's what I want to see. So we'll see if that plays out. That would make me a very happy boy, because my bags would pump, and I like pumpy bags. Pumpy bags are the best bags. Not wet fart bags. Dude, is there a wet fart coin yet? Whoa. What if you did wet fart and then dry fart? Look at this red dot, is so exciting to me too. Gosh. Okay. Let's do a quick update of our portfolios. Actually, yeah, let's do the portfolio update first. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is down $202. Not doing too hot. Let's see where ADA is. ADA's still falling in the ranks, man. Currently being held up by Proppy, Fetch, Render, Sol, and Aptos, being dragged down by Ondo, Shib, ADA, Near, and Doge. Next, we got our Memecoin portfolio down $212, $213. SNEK still the worst performer, followed by Doge, then Giga Chad in the middle. Pepe and Whiff performing very nicely. Whiff specifically is actually in profit, $32. I just noticed that yesterday. Very exciting stuff. And then last but not least, our best performer and my favorite portfolio, probably because of that, honestly. The narrative portfolio is still in profit, $22.87. All things considered, the narrative portfolio is still rip into the upside, even if it's only $22. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one real world asset coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, and one gaming coin, and it's absolutely killing it. There are only two assets in the negative. We got VeChain down $26, Mana is down $11, Tau is in profit $12, Fetch is in profit $14, and Pepe is in profit $31. Narrative portfolio is the picture perfect portfolio for me. Then we got some news articles. Let's go back to Bitcoin really quick. 106.921. Congratulations, Brackish Ventures, on your victory. Enjoy your gigantic sub. That is absolutely enormous. This is the actual photo from Firehouse, by the way. They actually sell this monstrosity to people, which is slightly concerning for like the American healthcare system. Oh my gosh. I love child updates. Okay. Let's see. We got news articles. U.S. population growth has completely collapsed, reaching levels near 0%. No growth. This is worse than even the Great Depression. Ladies and gentlemen, turns out people can't afford kids. Isn't that weird? Or they just don't want to have kids because they don't own a home. Because homes aren't affordable. Isn't that weird? Reven Lalchan said, "What up, JJ? What's going on, Reven? I like your profile picture. I don't know what it is, but I like the blue. And the dawn and your emojis. Very nice. Next, we got Airspace Live. Air bridge is full, restored over Baghdad. Conflict is over. We going up. Let's freaking go. That was 22 hours ago. Very nice. Love to see it. White House crypto czar David Sachs says July will be a big month with a bill signing for Genius and Clarity going to the Senate. Very cool. I don't know who this guy is. No clue who that is. He looks a little young, though. Look at these gigantic phones. Why are they so freaking huge? Those are big-ass phones. They're Cisco. You can see the logo. But what is going on there, bro? Jeez. Do you think the White House just, like, has a deal with Sharpie? I'm curious about that. I don't know. These are the stupid questions that I ask myself. Next, we got no one is buying new homes that are under construction or permitted. Months of supply for both is sitting between 15 to 20 months, which is basically the highest on record. Meanwhile, completed spec houses have a decent sales pace of 3.6 months, meaning extremely weak demand in the future for builders. Any short-term success on sales is simply being driven by having lots of completed inventory and giving mortgage rates buy-downs / cutting prices on completed homes. The long-term outlook measured by sales pace for under construction / permitted says demand is fundamentally weak and that the housing market will continue to get cheaper, which is good news for buyers. The problem that I have here, and I'm sorry, and this doesn't even bode well for me because this is partially the field that I work in, but builders are charging way too much for new homes. I've priced out how much it would cost for me to build a house by myself, like without involving a business, just like hiring my coworkers, my peers. It's like maybe 20% what a builder would charge me, and that's labor and materials. So they're making an 80% overhead. That's crazy, and it's probably more because I priced out like a very frugal footprint of a house. They're building like these gigantic monstrosities, like 4,000 square foot homes, and selling them for like a couple million, and they're trash. Literally, if a strong wind gust can blow the framing down, it's not a good house. That should not happen. I don't know how many times we got a storm and then I drive by all of these brand new gigantic subdivisions. I live in the middle of nowhere, by the way. These subdivisions drive me crazy. They're so ugly. If they built nice houses, I wouldn't care. But they're the ugliest homes. And I drive by and I'd see like the lower framing and then the upper framing just went and I was like, oh. Damn. And then you see all these other videos of people buying houses and they're just filled with termites. Like they're like 1 full year in and their home is filled with termites. I wonder why. That's so weird. It's almost like they use the cheapest material possible and it's not treated properly and it's just trash, and the builder just donates a lot of money to local offices so that they get permits and everything that they need to sell your house to you for way too much money and make a crap ton of profit and then flee the country. I'm just saying. It's a shady business. Next. Bitcoin really quick. 106,956 and 49 cents. It's looking a little quiet. My mustache is bugging the crap out of me. We got May PCE inflation. The Fed's preferred inflation measure rises to 2.3%, in line with the expectations of 2.3%. The core PCE inflation rises to 2.7%, above expectations of 2.6%. PCE inflation is now rising for the first time since February 2025. The Fed pause will continue. So, bad news. Housing defaults have just hit the highest levels since 2011. This one's crazy to me. I'm trying to build a big bag so that I can just buy a house that is foreclosed on, because that would be sick. That's like the dream right there. Just pay cash for a cheap house that somebody had to foreclose on, unfortunately. That would be sick. Ripple, this one's crazy to me. I don't know how many times this has happened, and I think I joke about this every single time. Ripple and SEC agreed to drop appeals and end legal battle. CEO Brad Garlinghouse says, "We're closing this chapter once and for all and focusing on what's most important, building the internet of value. Lock in." Not a big fan. I respected him when they were fighting, but to fold and drop the appeals, I hate that. I think that especially Ripple, but Coinbase should have done the same thing. I'm a little bummed out with Brian Armstrong taking the L as well, and they didn't lose, but they didn't win either. That's what bothers me. They're like, okay, yeah, we'll back down, we'll walk our separate ways. They should have countersued and just freaking buried the SEC. That was the whole point. That was the whole appeal. That was the whole idea. That's why I thought that they were fighting. But nope, they're like, oh, well, it's more convenient for us to just walk away and not give a shit about this anymore. So thanks, bye. So, I don't know. I think it's stupid. But again, how many times is this case going to end with the SEC and Ripple? I thought it literally ended already. So I'm not sure what they're dropping. I guess appeals make sense. But if we see next month or two that the Ripple versus SEC case has ended again, I'm going to freak out. We have like recurring Mandela effects like every month. It's the weirdest thing to me, man. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says we're buying more Bitcoin every week. Long Bitcoin, very cool. They're actually coming out with their perps soon too, I think. Crypto czar David Sachs says July will be a big month. Awesome, very exciting. Treasury Secretary Besson says tariffs on China are now 30%, while Chinese tariffs on U.S. are 10%. President Trump says critics of his tariffs should go back to business school. Love it. I think that one's hilarious. Because it's kind of true. So far, everything he said has been correct. And you know the people that don't like him hate that. They're pissed. President Trump calls Bitcoin amazing and says it's producing a lot of jobs. Very cool. President Trump says Bitcoin takes a lot of pressure off the dollar, and it's a great thing for our country. Also very cool. This one's awesome. Ready? This one might be a little controversial, so to my Canadians in the chat, I still love you guys. We have just been informed that Canada, a very difficult country to trade with, including the fact that they have charged our farmers as much as 400% tariffs for years on dairy products, has just announced that they are putting a digital services tax on our American technology companies, which is a direct and blatant attack on our country. They are obviously copying the European Union, which has done the same thing and is currently under discussion with us also. Based on this egregious tax, we are hereby terminating all discussions on trade with Canada effective immediately. We will let Canada know the tariff that they will be paying to do business with the United States of America within the next 7-day period. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Boom. Mic drop. So, Daddy Trump is not very happy with Canada. President Trump terminates all trade talks with Canada. We will let Canada know the tariff they will pay to do business with the United States of America. Damn. This guy's a weird shaped head. Interesting head shape for sure. Wow, it looks familiar. You know who he looks like? You know who I just realized he looks like? Hang on. He I feel bad. I feel so bad. He looks like Fix It Felix from Wreck-It Ralph. Tell me that's not the same guy. That looks like the same person to me. He got the same exact head shape. Maybe the ears are a little bit different, but everything else is identical, man. The gigantic head, the like bulbous lower portion, it's very peanut shaped. I don't know. I got a big ass head too, so I'm allowed to talk about it. All right. Next we got S&P 500 closes at new all-time high of 61.73. Damn. A lot of money going in the market. President Trump says Fed Chair Jerome Powell is a stubborn mule and a stupid person. These quotes just make me happy, dude. Fuck Powell. President Trump calls for Fed Chair Powell to resign. I'd love for him to resign. He's done a lousy job. Very nice. And last but not least, we got the breakout of this inverse head and shoulders will put Bitcoin back on track with global M2. Expect some God candles when it finally happens. It's all lining up. We will see. I don't know. This is pushing it for me. This inverse head and shoulder concept, but you know, I've probably drawn more stretchy inverse head and shoulders, so we'll see. I like the neckline. The neckline looks good. And that's pretty much it. Bitcoin 107.13 and 75 cents, looking good. Congratulations, Brackish Adventures, once again on your victory. Enjoy your Firehouse sub. Any questions? Any shills? Let's go take a look at Dex Screener and see if any of my rugged meme coins have unrugged. Let's see. Shadows of Hope, 24%. Levy, yeah, I don't know. When it's like when it's a meme coin, if it's like less than 50%, it's like, why do I care? You know, because I know that they're all down. Like, I'm probably down like 60, 70, 80% minimum on like the one that I'm doing really good on is probably down 60, 70% minimum. Ugh. I can't believe Butthole Coin is being outperformed by Fart Coin. You can't have fart without butthole. Ridiculous. Yeah. Nothing going on, man. Nothing going on. Where is Bigfoot? There it is. Oh my gosh, it's getting decimated still. Dude, it's literally 0. Oh my gosh, I threw my money in the garbage. I thought this was going to be the next big... I thought this was going to be like the next fart coin, the next Mudang. Why am I so bad at soul memes? It's crazy. Out of control, man. Total 3, trying to make a run for that trend line. Very nice. Check out Total 2 again. Total 2 quiet. Okay, so our fractal right here might prove relevance very soon here. With this specifically. I don't know. Maybe that's a stretch. The idea is there, though. Sorry, I keep it in the mic. Let's go check Fear and Greed. Because it's been a while. So regular crypto Fear and Greed, 65%. Or 65, whatever. Last week we were at 49. Somehow we're in greed already. Yeah, see, we're at 42, June 22nd. Okay. Interesting. Most of April. Wow, April was actually really good. Like, for the price, I mean, but Fear and Greed was down, which is kind of funny. The only thing that I don't like about this is that they stopped the surveys, which made up 15% of what they were measuring. So that kind of skews the results quite a bit. 15% of your measurement is just gone. Did CoinMarketCap fix their front-end hack thing? Because I've been like hesitant to go on here. So we got altcoin season and the CoinMarketCap Fear and Greed, which is sitting at 49. Literally right in the middle, like spot on, dead center. And then the altcoin season index. Man, we're still, I guess this is better than like, I'm really trying to find a silver lining. We haven't entered altcoin season yet. The silver lining is that we have plenty of time to accumulate, which is awesome. But it is 1000% Bitcoin season. The yearly. We had altcoin season on December 3rd. Yeah, right. What do we got here? Last 90 days. Syrup. Hype. SPX. Fartcoin. Virtual. Pengu. With Kaya. Bitcoin Cash. Wow, Bitcoin Cash is up 66%. Nice. Arrow. That's Chewy's baby. C. Ave. Quaint. Sky. Fetch. Tau. Monero. Pendle. ETH. ETH is up 33% in the last 90 days. That's crazy. Flare, Bitcoin, Form, Pepe. Dude, Pepe's killing it. Floki, Injective, Bonk, Jasmine, Tron, ENS, Sui, Ray, Caspa, Uniswap, Solana, WorldCoin, Nexo, Core, Cake, STX, BNB, Zcash, XAUT. I think that's Tether Gold, maybe. Pax Gold, Curve, and OKB, XRP, KuCoin, and BGB. And then everything else is red. Apparently the entire cryptocurrency market is red over the last 90 days. Jeez. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we're going to have a green weekend? I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen, man. It's kind of up in the air for me. All right. Well, I suppose I'm going to call it an evening. Hopefully I got to get back on. I might just do a late stream anyways, just for the heck of it. Oops. I'm going to do that. There we go. This looks so good, dude. This looks delicious. Firehouse really knows how to make a sub. Anyways, as always, Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. Don't forget, tonight's movie recommendation is Without a Paddle. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Great buddy comedy. Thanks for stopping by. Smash the like button on your way out. Go do something fun for the weekend, man. Touch some grass. See you tomorrow. Happy Friday, and good night.